Hello, my name is Devin, and this is Modest 1.0. And in the previous video, I went into creating sounds and playing them. So in this video, I will go into creating channel groups and playing them. Or not playing them, but, modifying their volume, how to organize them with sounds and everything, etc. So basically, a channel group is a great way to organize your sounds. Sounds are played through channels, and the channel groups basically modify the effects of each channel. So if a sound has a volume of, say, 3, a channel group's volume is 0 or 0.2, all the sounds would be modified to that channel group's volume. Ultimately, we're looking at something like this. So we have creating a channel group and setting a channel group. It's as easy as these two things right here. So we create our channel group, 3D sound effects. We set its mode. Its mode has to match the sound we create. So if we create a 3D sound, it has to be Fmod 3D. So we create a gunshot, Fmod 3D. So once we create our channel group, we can create our sound, and then we set our channel group. So gunshot is set to 3D sound effects, like so. Anyway, so for most sound people, they would be asking right now, what about the master group? Good question. So getting the master volume, using the master group, that's controlled by the engine, by the sound engine too, because Fmod requires a master channel group for all other channels, and that's how it modifies any channels. It plays through a default group, so to speak, and so all the other channel groups are set to the master group, which controls their volume. So if we want to get the master group, I made it so that we can get group volume. We treat it like any other channel group, but we don't have to bother creating it. It's already created. So we have master, get group volume, and it would do this in this case. So get master group, that belongs to this sound system that I've created, which is updated each frame. This updates the listener's location based on the camera that is activated. All right, so back to the load assets. Since we're not using that, we could do this for also music as well. And we would, because we named it music up here, it would be called music. And that's pretty much how we would get group volume. Now, there are other functions involved in this, such as setting the group volume, which is down here. Now, how would this be used in context of a game? That is more up here. So this settings menu I may have demoed earlier. So we would have our master volume, our sound effects volume, and our music volume. In this case, I'm setting all the sound effects to be the same volume, nonetheless, as it would be in a game normally. Now, it's just more intuitive for the user instead of setting, I want 3D sound effects to be louder than 2D sound effects. Regardless, so we have our master volume right here, then we have our sound effects volume and our music volume. So I will actually just play it and show you how this works. So we show the text and the volume, etc. in-game when we pause. So we want to set it to 0. Mute it. Master volume. There's no sound effects coming from anything. We can't hear anything. So if we change that now, we set it to 4, just like all the others. Now we're starting to hear stuff. Sound effects, when we go up like that, now they're louder. Now, if we put it down to 0 again, nothing. No matter how loud I make this, and I didn't set a limit on this either, so you can make it pretty much as loud as it wants. I don't even know if we want to, but let's find out. Here we go. It's actually not that bad considering it's only at 1. But this is the stuff we can play around with. And we can set the music to muted as well, so music is no longer there. It's very quiet when we go in. Alright, so that is pretty much how we modify sound or volume with a channel group. You can do this with sounds, but I don't recommend it unless you want one sound to be specifically louder than another. So it's basically multiplying. You don't want to just not use a channel group. I recommend actually setting all your sounds to at least one channel group, even if you just have one channel group. It's just easier for the system to process it as opposed to just using the master group. You could technically set it to the master group, but then you're setting every sound's volume, and that's really only meant for multipliers when it comes to using channel groups. It's just how it's designed. Second thing, I actually, you know what, to save video time, I will go into effects in the next video, because there's a really cool demo for that I have set up in the title. All right, thank you.